Show. One of the first ladies of not only television, the entertainment business, Miss Dinah Shore. Congratulations, you're starting your fourth. You're just ending the fourth, right? Or starting?
I think we're starting it. It's hard to tell. You do.
It kind of blends together, doesn't
yes, I thought, yeah, you might have noticed that too.
Yeah.
Life is...
But that's your current show. You were working, had another show before that.
Yeah,
so
we had Dinah's Place, but that was about 4 years. Yeah. Gee, I hope it doesn't, I mean, that's not significant.
What?
I hope that isn't significant to any degree. The 4 is not my magic number. No, I got a lot more.
And I read the other day where you're gonna continue.
Yeah.
And you should. It's a good show.
Thank you.
You get some good people on your show. You had me on there. Ed has been on the show.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's good.
I didn't mean it's a good show.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Good people.
I didn't mean to say it that way. It's a good show. I've been on the show. I meant that you get a lot of people on there.
That was one of my favorite. Well, Ed's on a lot. And one of the, really one of my favorite shows we ever did was the one that we did together. Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you why it was fun for me is because a lot of the people who were working there, the same crew, they're working in that studio. I used to do a show out of there in 1955 or 1956.
And they're still there.
And a lot of the people are still there, and it was very strange walking in there.
Johnny, I get the same feeling when I come over here, because everybody, all of this crew, they all did the Chevy shows. And that was about 1955, 56,
How many
60.
of the crew here, the guys around?
All the guys, please. Oh, that's it.
Guy in the audience sitting there.
A majority of one.
It's the same guy in the audience. The one during the monologue went this way.
Oh, I guess they're all big.
They're probably around the building because they're taping other shows in here.
Sure.
Thank you for coming.
Oh,
Would you rather be the interviewee or the interviewer? What's easier for you?
You know something? It is a
I know
darn sight easier. It's much easier to be the interviewer.
I was going to say that.
As a matter of fact, I find that I do that subconsciously, and it's in lieu of going to parties. Doing a show is much easier. And I used to go to parties because I would see Freddie DeCordova, and I'd see you and Joanna all the time, and Janet and everything. Right. But I don't do that anymore, and I find that going to parties is a problem.
Because you've done all your discussion and conversation with people
in the course of the week, and you know pretty much when people come on the show, they have something they want to talk about, or perhaps have something to plug, and you're briefed about it ahead of time.
And the
conversation is comfortable and takes a predictable track from time to time. You go to a party, they can ask you any darn thing.
Yeah.
You know, you could be sitting there and somebody could just, I mean, you haven't been briefed, and I'm not used to answering.
Suppose you were sitting here, what would you ask you?
Me?
Suppose you were interviewing yourself. What question would you ask that somebody has not asked you?
And there not
well,
too many.
we can answer and talk about. Well, there are personal sides of our lives that most people don't talk about. Certain
Boy,
things.
you really got me stumped. I mean, what is there that hasn't been talked about? I haven't read lately. I don't really know.
Are you in there this week?
Oh God, I hope not. All right.
Who have you wanted to interview or have on your show that has, for whatever reason, said, hey, I'd love to do it, but it's been evasive, or just won't frankly do it?
Well, I can think of a lot of people. Right now, I really would adore to interview Golda Meir. You know, but I'd probably be
she's in our country now.
I know it. I know it. I think that's what made me think of it, because I've been trying to reach her. I would love to interview her, but I would probably ask her something dumb, because I'm so impressed with people who have accomplished things like that I probably would ask her for a recipe for chicken soup instead of, you know, something significant.
She'd probably give it to you, too.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
You know?
But I've seen you do this, too, Johnny. It happens. There are people that you're impressed by.
That's true.
That you're in awe of. And you'll sit there, and you can't think of anything to ask them.
It's absolutely true. First time I had Monty Hall on, I was absolutely...
But he could cover for me.
But he covered for me and got me out of it.
Sure.
No, I know what you're talking about. A few people come to mind. People in the arts or sciences or something, and I'm a little awkward in that area. And intimidated at times.
I remember the first time I had William Buckley on.
Well, William Buckley can't intimidate you.
But he's so nice, and he's darling, and he's charming and wonderful, and I'm so impressed with him, and
But Bill can give you a look like you just ask him, you know, so the dumbest question in the world, and he gives you that. And you just want to go into the desk, you know. Did I hear something that means we have to leave for a moment?
if you choose to.
You're familiar with this, of course, why we
if you-
leave. We
if you
sell
ch-
products. I know you're not familiar with this.
No.
Once in a while we have stop.
Oh, is that what it is when you say we'll be right back?
We sell something. You never knew that.
No, I just stand.
You lie. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Good, ain't they?
Oh, he's great.
Dinah and I were talking during the commercial about the problem of doing a show and then later going to people's homes, like we were out to your place the other night.
That's right.
And you do feel like you have to be
Perform.
like you are on your show or
Oh,
perform or
yeah.
something.
Oh, the danger is if they don't. I mean, we know each other well, and we go to dinner all the time. They come to my house, and I'll go to yours. But if you go to a dinner party where they're grading you, and the conversation hasn't been absolutely scintillating for the first 2 or 3 minutes, you know you're going to be moved down the table.
Just like the couch.
I know, like it happens on the show.
The feeling, if you're not doing well, the host is going to say, would you move down to the end of the table and we'll bring in the next diner or something.
Sure.
Weird feeling.
Yeah.
You interviewed Jerry Brown recently, did you?
Yes.
Our governor of California. In his office you did that.
It was great fun. We went. I really was absolutely fascinated. He
Hey.
didn't give me any alfalfa shoots.
Is he on?
Well, oh yes,
on
he gave
natural
me Prince
foods?
Charles, didn't he?
I did, yeah. I was out of town when Prince Charles was
That's
here.
right. Well, our
I thought it was great that the heir apparent to the throne of England, and Jerry Brown together. I call him the Prince and the Pauper. Well, Jerry Brown is very frugal. He's
That's
setting
right.
a fine example, you know.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm a great fan of his. I after that interview, even more so.
Really?
It was fascinating. Well, we that was all part of our California weekend. We, got out of the studio a little bit, and it's fascinating. Really is.
You get the feeling he may run for president in 3.5 more years?
I don't think there's any question about it.
Yeah, I get that
Don't
feeling.
you think so?
I would guess so. I suppose if a man is a politician, no matter, we're not taking a stand here, but I think a politician, if he really, that's his job, I suppose most of them aspire for the top job.
Sure.
And the top job as a politician is the President of the United States.
And when you think about what we do to them most of the time, you wonder why anybody wants it.
Yeah, it's got to be a horrendous job, because no matter what you do, half of the people are not going to like it.
Not exactly. Look at what happens to the poles. It's like a ski jump,
Yeah.
up and down, over the hill.
I hear somebody told me you took up scuba diving lately. Have you never done that before?
No, I would really. Well, I'd really never had the chance in a Beverly Hills swimming pool. You just don't go scuba diving. And I've never been to the Caribbean. That's where I learned though to scuba
that's
dive
lovely.
in my pool. So I went scuba diving.
You took the
on the
official
ship.
lessons and got certified and all that?
Got certified,
Should
and we
do
went
that.
into a big tank in San Diego with a whole bunch of big fish. Really nice. I love that.
Now, what are you going to do if you go down to the Bahamas or something and you're down there and a barracuda comes up? What would you do?
What would I do?
Mm-hmm. Did they teach you? There's a barracuda.
A barracuda. Well, I'd scream. Why,
That's one of the first things, just screaming.
That's right. I'd just scream, and I'd say, don't you handle the same way you do a mugger?
No.
Don't
You'd be
you-
very... No. That gets them excited. No,
What do you do?
You just be very quiet.
Yeah, and promise not to bleed, so he'll... No, it's sharks that are going to follow you. Isn't that it?
Well, I don't know. I always like the books. The books are so wonderful. They say sharks generally do not attack. They are just curious. And you always wonder if the shark has read that same book. I don't know how they figure that out. But
Well,
sharks will not. Only if you're bleeding will they attack.
I'd like to know if a shark is intellectual and.
They don't have too much of a brain. They
No.
are pretty much automatons.
No, I think
I've seen sharks scuba diving, and most of them don't really do it. What?
You've seen...
Well, no, I was scuba diving, and
You were scuba diving.
See, that's a basic freshman English test. What is wrong with this sentence? I saw sharks scuba diving. I was scuba diving, and I saw sharks. Or I saw sharks while I was scuba diving. Bad construction there.
No, I would absolutely panic. I know...
No, they're curious. Unless they're hungry.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I want...
Who knows?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. How do you know when they're hungry? They don't come. There's not a bell that says lunch. I mean, they eat when they get hungry.
There's got to be a certain expression on their face you have to look out for. I just personally don't have any desire to look out for it.
So you're going to limit it just to the tank
That's
diving.
right. I went down and there's a tank. We did all kinds of crazy things in this California week. I scrimmaged with the Oakland Raiders.
Oh, come on now.
I did.
What do you mean you scrimmage with the Oakland Raiders?
Oh, girl-type scrimmaging.
With Otis Sistrum? People like that?
No, actually, no. It was Kenny Stabler.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
He threw a pass.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
According to People magazine this week, he does that pretty well.
Yeah, well, I volunteered to accept it, catch it. What is it?
Did you?
Yes, I did. But who's got time? You know?
Busy.
Busy. His schedule and my, that sort of thing.
Hey, look, I know you can't stay tonight, and you've got other things to do. I thank you for coming. We'll be right back. Stay with us.